I find it absolutely insane that we're living in a time where I'm going to be watching Eddie Hall versus Tommy Fury and all the other misfits fighting tomorrow night. Also, at the same time, these boxing promotions, we have this kind of a beautiful sort of dance of entertainment and light-hearted fun. At the same time, I turn over the channel, and there we have the conference, the UFO, the unidentified flying object. Obviously, they became submersible as well. They became intermedium, so they could fly, and then they could also go into the water, creating the UAP, the unidentified anonymous phenomenon. I used to say aerial phenomenon, but it's anonymous. It's unidentified anonymous phenomenon. BNBN. Huh? So it's we have this conference going on where people of great importance. These aren't just people that someone's dragged onto the news from a forgotten back town that nobody knows. These are people that have worked on special programs, certain whistleblowers, people of Congress, people in Parliament. These are really people with reputations to lose. Now, hey guys, we know that we're not alone. We've known for a long time on this channel. Of course we know we're not alone on this channel. Whether they're interdimensional, whether they're from planet Earth, not of planet Earth, both. I obviously believe all of the above are real. Yeah, I'm not closed off minded to anything. I used to want evidence. Then I was shown evidence in meditation of many things, and I was like, whoa. And then not just in meditation. Once you align yourself to a higher level of living, a higher vibration, a higher way of being, doesn't mean we're in love and light 100% of the time. We're human beings. Doesn't mean we're not ascended masters yet. Yeah, we're working on it. We're not ascended masters yet. We are working on it, though. And but we can align ourselves to being in a higher vibration 80% of the time. 20% we can be human, rather than running around completely unaware and just being a victim to the vibration of the environment. We can be the effectors of the environment rather than being affected by the environment. Okay? And so we can be, when you're tuned into that way of living, you see that spirit is all around. You see synchronicities. I love synchronicities. You see messages everywhere. You see signs from the other side in numerology, in symbolism. So pennies, coins, numbers, lots of birds, animals, feathers. These things are all true. Really. And you know it obviously feathers are going to be blown around. Obviously there's going to be coins on the floor. But it's going to be at a time that makes sense, a time that you might be in deep thought about a situation. You might be feeling really low. You might have just had something completely miraculous happen, feeling really good, and wondering how this has happened, and then boom, there it is, there's that sign. Could be on a special occasion. My sister got a beautiful sign with her husband on her wedding day. As they were stood there, just after they had said their vows, come outside, the groom, his mum had just passed away, and a dove's feather came floating, a single feather came floating right between them, landed on the ground in front of them, and everyone gasped. It was this kind of gasping moment of kind of everyone knew at that time, everyone thought the same thing. That's the groom's mum. Everyone internally knew who it was that had just wanted to leave a message that they were there. And many of our community will know these signs, know these symbols, and feel and it will resonate with you what I'm talking about. But I find it absolutely fascinating that we can live in a world where I don't want to call it brain dead entertainment, because I'm a martial artist myself. I love martial arts. I love boxing, kickboxing. I love watching the UFC. I love watching all the MMA stuff. I do a lot of mixed martial arts myself, so taekwondo, I do kickboxing, kung fu, obviously boxing, that comes in with the kickboxing, weapons work, self-defense. In our martial arts school, we cover the absolute lot, the Matfordez Martial Arts School. I'm halfway through, 6 belts in, so I'm on blue belt, and 6 belts away from, I've got blue stripe, red stripe, deputy black, then my black. So it's 12 belts in my school, one of the hardest belts to get on planet Earth. 12 belts to go through, takes roughly 7 years. I'm halfway through, been at it about 3 years, got about 3.5 to 4 years left till I get my black belt, but it's going to be well worth it. And so I love the fight game. I'm not knocking the fight game, but there's a massive difference between congressmen. We're in the age of congressmen standing up on live TV, hundreds of thousands, millions of views, people watching them say we're not alone. And at the same time, we've got Eddie Hall, previous world's strongest man, fighting Tommy Fury, undefeated boxer, social media influencer, definitely an athlete of the times, definitely an athlete of the social media era. Hey, look, Tommy Fury was a boxer before social media, but you take advantage of the tools you have to get the paychecks that you want to become successful, if that's your thing. I'm never going to earn the type of money in doing martial arts. Hey, never say never. Never say never. You never know what can happen in martial arts, but I'm in a more, I'd say, more purer form of martial arts. We fight for pride, accolade, and to get that medal, to get that gold. No cash at all. In fact, in my martial arts group, you have to pay to enter the competitions. So we pay to fight. We don't get paid to fight in my martial arts group. We actually pay to get in there and fight each other, to see who's going to be champion for that year. Yeah, who's going to have the best kick combo that year? Who's going to do best in sparring that year? Who's going to have the best hand drill that year? Who's putting the most? Who's the cleanest? Who's the sharpest? Who's the fastest on the night? Great atmosphere. But you would have seen that we got all the championships. If you're new to the channel, we got all of the championships on the channel that we've been to. We've done the internationals, we've done the British, we've done 2 Southwest regional championships, medalled in every single championship that I've been to, come away with 2 golds, bronzes, silvers, always done very, very well, but only ever got a bronze in the international. So we've got a gold in the British championships, a gold in the Southwest regional, still aiming for that hat trick. So it's important. I think it's important to not lose sight of having fun, your hobbies. I lost a lot. I wouldn't say I lost last year, but I didn't make any serious plans because I thought the catalyst is still going to happen, guys. And looking around, it's close, isn't it? I mean, we're in a time of disclosure. If that isn't a world-changing event, I don't know what is. But the catalyst hasn't quite happened yet, because not every single person on planet Earth knows about what's been happening with Congress. Not every single person on planet Earth cares about UAPs yet. But that's going to change. I think it could well be. If it isn't I think there's a more productive way we can go around changing this planet than a giant volcano. However, I did see Campi Flegrei in my meditations, in my visions, and Leaning Tower of Pisa, Lake of Fire, rubble. We did see all that last year. I thought it was going to be last year. Could very well be this year. Obviously, I assumed with 2025 being the last year before everything changes, I assumed the change happened then. But the golden beam, the golden timeline comes from 2026. Whoa. What the fuck are you doing? Pardon my French. Jeez, guy just nearly ran into me, no indication, nothing. Just what an absolute bell. What an absolute bell. But yeah, they're going to cause a crash today. They are going to cause a crash today. But I just find it fascinating that we're living in a time where we can have, and it's fascinating. Like I said, we're off the channel. We're off, me and my wife, my beautiful wife. We're off to Manchester. We're going to go Bristol tonight, spend the night in Bristol, relax, drive up to Manchester tomorrow, and then go watch the boxing. But all the time in my mind, I'm thinking, when are the aliens going to land? Yeah, and I'm not even joking. Like, when are they just going to show up and just say, right, we're here, okay? And the people that are supposed to be looking after you guys are doing a terrible job. We're taking control. And once things are back in order, we're going to give the power back to the people, and you're going to run your planet again how it should be run. Now, look, whoever's in power, I'm not saying I could do a better job, but I've got some blooming ideas that I think would really, really improve this planet. Let me know in the comments below. What would you do if someone said you were now in charge of planet Earth? Not in charge of a country, planet Earth. Your country might be absolutely fine. You might be loving life in your country. This isn't about you. This isn't about you and your belly full of food and your big house. Nothing wrong with that. But we all, really, I think, deserve a standard of living. You know, I have running water coming out my taps, and I know full well there's countries where they would give anything. Now, are there people who are wealthy in them countries that have running water? Of course there is. We can't just point to countries like, you know, some of these countries and say, well, they're all poor, because there are rich people there. But we are living in a time where this has to change. And we're living in a time where still these giant conversations about UAPs, about the state of the planet, about starvation, homelessness, people in a real bad way in the year 2026. We're living in a time where that is still going on, but also at the same time, we've got people like KSI running around and Jake Paul, you know, and it just fascinates me. It fascinates me. It truly fascinates me. We can and it's okay. It's absolutely okay, because this is planet Earth, and it's just crazy when you think about the spectrum of what happens on this little rock floating around on the edge of the Milky Way. I wonder if the aliens do look down and think, blimey, you know, what is going on down there? You know, what is going on down there? And hey guys, look, I'm not knocking nothing. Like I said, I enjoy the boxing. I'm off to the boxing. I enjoy the whole camaraderie. I enjoy the antics. I enjoyed watching Jordan McCann running around and Big Stacks running around, and Arms, you know, keeping it real. And I enjoyed it. I enjoy it all. I enjoy I enjoy the fight game, shall I say? I do. I enjoy the fight game and the martial arts and all of it. And so it's a part of, it goes back to gladiatorial days. It goes back to tribalism. And for me, it's very grounding. I can get lost in the clouds and the stars, waiting for the aliens to turn up. But while I do, I'm going to enjoy the humanism side of being human, and I'm going to get involved with the fun and the entertainment and the sheer circusness of planet Earth, the sheer circus that is planet Earth. What a home we have, guys. I love you all, and just let me know what are the things that you find just completely unbelievable that still exist. Let's keep it light-hearted. We can talk about love, and we can talk about violence, Of course, them contrasts exist here on planet Earth. But let me know some light-hearted stuff. What is it that you cannot believe lives on this planet with us? Or can you not believe that we live on this planet full stop and have managed to survive and thrive here for so long, and there's so much more to our human future that we don't know? Let me know in the comments below. This incredible planet, so much still to learn, and so much for all of us still to learn, me included. So if there's something you want to teach me today and something that you think is going to blow my mind, I might even make a video about it. Love you all, guys. See you soon. Take care for now.